position on approach of the abduction site. Strike 1 is awaiting drop clearance.
Copy that, Big Sky. Strike 1 is cleared to engage hostile targets. Watch your backs out there, people.
Hey there guys, and welcome to another episode of Weekly What to Buy with myself, Knux Veeone. How you doing? And today we're going to be looking at Xcom Enemy Unknown. So yeah, Firaxis have recently released this little gem. It's like a turn-based strategy, and if you don't know what Xcom is, then you've really been missing out. One of my old favourite games back in the day was Xcom Apocalypse, and yeah, I'm just so glad that it's back. Xcom's back, and they haven't messed it up. They've done a fantastic job. This is it's XCOM for 2012. Do you know what I mean? It's a perfect sequel to all the games that have come prior, and I'll just explain why that is. This combat system feels very sort of familiar, sort of with the turn-based. Well, obviously it's turn-based, but obviously you've also got to take into account like the action movements and things like that, and you've got a certain amount of turns per go to move and shoot and all this and that, and it's just brought us right back to original XCOM. So yeah, in this one, XCOM Enemy Unknown, you have to look after the world basically. You set up your base in one of 5 countries at the beginning. You only get to set up in 3, I think, if you do the tutorial. But yeah, if you can set up in one of these 5 countries, and each country will give you an additional bonus depending on where you set up. And I think I usually go for South America because they've got instant interrogation and instant autopsies, and that saves you a lot of time. But yeah, you've got to basically look after the world where aliens are coming in and trying to abduct people, or you're crashing their UFOs and then going to investigate. Your job is to reduce the extraterrestrial threat on planet Earth, and depending on how well you do, for example, say an abduction mission comes up, you can only select one place out of 3 possible abduction sites that you can go to and help out. And the countries that you don't select, obviously their panic ratings are going to go up, and they're going to want to back out of the XCOM project eventually. They're going to want to leave, and you'll receive less funding and less bonuses for that sort of thing. So yeah, at the moment we're just in a quick fight in, I think, France, but I could be wrong. And as usual, I've named all my characters after players from the book or characters from the book. And yeah, this game is everything I could have hoped for with XCOM. If you were a little confused and you've seen a couple of trailers for XCOM this year, there is another XCOM game coming out. So yeah, this was done by Sid Meier's company, Firaxis, and they're the guys, I think, who do Civilization and that, but don't hold me to that, could be wrong. I'm not a huge Civilization player, but yeah, they've pulled it off perfectly. It fits right into the series. So yeah.
Got something over here.
Structures and things that you can hide behind. The cover system in this game is great. It's absolutely amazing. You can see up there on Knux, the red guy, he's got, if we zoom back out, you can see his shield's only got half in it. That's because he's crouching behind like only half cover. If he was behind like a wall or a decent still in one piece car like Shadow is down here, or as she's moving up to this wall now, she's in full cover. And we tried to take the shot here, but we realised we can only do 33% to hit, and that's not a high. Like, I'm more likely to be shot down by them if I were to take that shot, because I'd miss, and they'd then get their turn and they'd get to shoot me again. Another 35 chance to hit. And some of the names I think have been replaced, like the reaction shot that you take has now become Overwatch. But I'm only used to playing Xcom Apocalypse. I've played the others, I was no good at them. Xcom Apocalypse was where I really shone. We're using Corey here to send a rocket in there to blow up some of the wall, which reduces their cover and gives us a better chance to fire on them. So now, if we were to click on... oh, that was wrong. If we were to click on Luna or Rogue or Knux now, they'd have a much higher chance of hitting the people in this little restaurant, cafe, whatever shop, because Corey's just taken the wall down. And that's a fantastic thing that's always been in sort of XCOM games, is to be able to destroy the scenery. See, now she had a chance of 60% to shoot then, and bang, she got him. Done. 15% plus critical, or 15 damage, and that's including the critical. And now Rogue's got 75% chance to hit, so yeah. Destruction of the area is still there and that. This is the base building area, and the base building is back, and it's taken on a sort of more 3D style now. As opposed to being top down, it's now side on, but everything you build can be seen in the over world sort of thing. This sort of screen you can see behind. At the moment I'm just trying to explain how this works. To get into these boxes you need to excavate them before you can build facilities, and the facilities you can build mean you can put more satellites up, you can have more scientists, all this and that. Satellites are important because they cover the world basically, and you can respond to threats quicker and easier and that kind of thing. And this area down here, this slightly blacked out area, is where when you build facilities they go in there and you can physically see them. So in the middle there we've got like a thermal generator. But if we just go through the rooms quickly, this is the science lab. This is obviously where you research things. This is engineering. This is where you buy and upgrade things. Barracks, hangars, they obviously speak for themselves. Now this is the situation room, and I don't really stay on that for too long, but yeah, trust me, this game is definitely worth it. $29.99 on Steam. You need to get this game. It's incredible. The next game we're going to look at today is Borderlands 2, and since I'm already doing a playthrough of this on my channel, check it out if you haven't already. Borderlands 2 is an exceptional game. It's just like the first one. It's fantastic. We're currently looking at the Mechromancer pack and one or two of the grenade mods that they sent out with the DLC. This is the Mechromancer, and she has the power to summon up robots and bits and pieces and things like that. And if we just get into this quickly, and you'll see that it starts off like nothing's changed gameplay wise. You still wake up in the Borderlands.
Great. Another dead vault hunter.
With Claptrap looking over you.
Wait a minute. You're not dead. Yes! Now I can get off this glacier. Claptrap, your metaphorical ship has finally come in. Allow me to introduce myself. I am a CL4P TP steward bot, but my friends call me Claptrap. Or they would if any of them were still alive, or had existed in the first place. Oh, I've got something for you. Here, take this echo communicator that I totally didn't loot from one of these corpses. It comes with a Class 12 heads-up display, complete with a mini-map. Now, come, friend, let's get you inside.
So the game doesn't really change. Obviously you've still got to level up to level 5 before you can get your skill points down. So I've done that now. I've leveled up to level 5, and we will check out this Deathtrap, which is the robot you can summon. And there we go. Bit beastie, bit overpowered as well if I'm honest, but they're very cool. I'm considering restarting my playthrough as the Mechromancer, but I've already started as a Siren and we've got to go through. And that was one of the firework grenades that also came with the DLC. Season Pass, people, get the Season Pass. It will provide you with all the DLC you need. But yeah, he's only up for a limited amount of time, and unfortunately there's no way to cancel him out once you've started him. And at this very moment in time, he's trying to, well, he's killing things, and I'm totally oblivious to the fact that he's killing things. I just go around looting like I normally do, and then I start hearing all these explosions and that behind me, and I realise, hey, what's going on here? I try looking around, and there he is. So he just beats that guy up, and then with his death throws, there's another rack all the way up there. And he manages to shoot him down with lightning. So yeah, the Deathtrap is a fantastic addition to the game. Obviously the Mechromancer is a fantastic addition to the game. So yeah, I definitely recommend getting this if you've got Borderlands 2. If you haven't already got Borderlands 2, what are you waiting for? This game is incredible. If you loved Borderlands 1, you're going to love Borderlands 2. It's as simple as that. All your favourite characters have returned, or if you can call him a favourite character, Claptrap, Lilith the Siren's there, Roland. I'm not that far through my playthrough yet, but I assume Mordecai and the others are still there as well. They're hanging around the wastes. And Marcus, the gun dealer, he's still there. So if you haven't already got Borderlands 2, definitely get it, because it is one of the better first-person shooters out there at the moment. Excuse me. So later on, or around this area, I decided to use my robot a little bit more. I tried to be a bit more clever about it. So yeah, here we go. Send him down, and then it's just a case of letting him do his work. He's already over there to the left, killing that guy. I've got to take this guy out. I was sort of holding back so I could show what he did more, but there you go, he's in there. So overpowered, he can just float towards any enemy, take him out that way, and you get a second wind off of any of his kills. So later on in the episode I go down, and he manages to get a second wind for me and pick me back up. So yeah, very, very useful in those desperate situations and as a solo player. This game, Borderlands 2, obviously more fun if you've got friends. There you go. Thanks Deathtrap. So I went down, Deathtrap scored a kill, bang, I got brought back up. Yeah, Borderlands 2, great fun if you've got friends as well. I haven't got any friends, and I can't play Borderlands with anyone. And it's not a big thing, because I'm sort of enjoying the solo playthrough and that kind of thing. It's not a huge loss if you have to play on your own. But if you have got friends, playing with them will obviously make your Borderlands 2 experience a lot more fun and exciting and that kind of thing. She's got similar skills to the others, sort of like rebound bullets. One of her skills is smaller magazine size but quicker reload. I can't remember some of the others, but they're some of them work in conjunction with your Deathtrap. So if you shoot your Deathtrap with a elemental weapon, if you've got one of these skills lower down the bottom, if you shoot him with an elemental weapon, he becomes powered with that element for a while. So if you shoot him with electricity, his melee attacks, and I think his gunning attacks, become electricity based. So that's another thing to consider. Imagine putting down double elemental damage on a field. So it's definitely something worth looking into. And there he goes again, just the overpowered beast that he is.
Good one, babe.
A few of you have asked me why I keep playing these pre-recorded messages.
I think there's also skills, obviously, to get him to last longer, and I think there are kill skills where if you kill an opponent, he'll last a bit longer as well. So, these are all things worth considering. Now, there's another aspect to this video coming up just shortly. I don't know why I'm walking around up here, this is not part of the video. Yeah, there's another bit later on where I've got a special grenade that I've managed to find or dig out. I'm not sure if it's part of the DLC, but it's certainly something much more powerful than I've ever come across before. Originally we had the firework grenade, and you sort of saw that earlier, and that's firework, do you know what I mean? There's not really much potential damage you can do with that. I think if you throw it indoors it will do more damage. But yeah, there we go, lobbed bonus package. So I assume that's part of the the DLC, and that thing is absolutely devastating. We'll show it in a second, and unfortunately it does put me down. But I definitely recommend this game. Borderlands 2, absolutely fantastic, worth every penny. And a good excuse to get the first one as well, I feel. If you haven't already got the first one, and you sort of want to know what's going on in the story, get Borderlands 1 and 2 off Steam and play through them to your heart's content, because they are brilliant games. I've always been a big fan of when Borderlands came out. I've been a big fan since then, so definitely one to consider. I was kind of worried that they were going to ruin it with Borderlands 2, but like, they haven't at all. I thought they were going to change loads of things, and the story was going to be really bad. But the story's Borderlands, do you know what I mean? There's not really much story. That is, you can't really wreck a story like Borderlands, if you know what I mean, too much, because it is just. And there's that grenade. Absolute death. Just kills everything. Now I'm sort of hoping that he flies off and kills someone, but the only enemy is a badass marauder, and he's having a bit of trouble with him. So unfortunately I have to respawn, but that grenade, absolutely devastating, and I'll show you it from a safer distance now. And this comes as part of the DLC as well, but I've got the season pass, so I'm not 100% sure which one. It could come with the Mechromancer, but probably not. Mechromancer's just a character. So we take a quick look at this grenade now. And as you can see, utterly devastating. Just doesn't stop. But yeah, so that is the Mechromancer pack and some of the extra explosives. All of this is available on Steam now for £30 for Borderlands 2 and £35 for all the DLC. But that's all I've got time for today, guys. Be sure to buy those games, they're fantastic, and I'll catch you next time. Bye bye.